Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm just a regular 8-year-old living in a tiny apartment on the outskirts of Chicago with my mom, Lisa. We don't have much, but I love her more than anything. Every weekend, we have this special tradition, pancakes at Mel's Diner. It's like our little slice of heaven. Sarah, honey, you ready for some pancakes? Mom calls out one Saturday morning. You bet. Can I get extra syrup this time? I bounce excitedly. We'll see, sweetie. Let's get going. As we walk to the diner, I notice Mom's hands are shaking a bit. She's been doing that a lot lately, but I try not to worry. At Mel's, we slide into our usual booth, and the waitress, Jenny, comes over with a smile. The usual for you too. You know what, Jenny, Mom replies, but her voice sounds different, strained. While we wait for our food, I chatter on about school and my best friend, Emma. Emma and I are working on this awesome science project. We're growing crystals. Did you know that, Mom? That's nice, sweetie. Mom interrupts, her eyes darting around the diner. She's already on her third cup of coffee. Our pancakes arrive, but Mom barely touches hers. She keeps checking her phone, tapping her foot nervously. Mom, are you okay? I ask, syrup dripping from my fork. I'm fine, Sarah. Just eat your pancakes. Halfway through the meal, Mom stands up abruptly. I need to use the restroom. Stay here, okay? I nod, my mouth full of pancake. But as the minutes tick by, a knot forms in my stomach. The pancakes start to feel heavy, like lead. Where is she? An hour passes, then two. Jenny keeps glancing at me, concern etched on her face. You okay there, sweetie? Where's your mom? She went to the bathroom. I mumble, fighting back tears. Jenny frowns and heads to the back. When she returns, her face is pale. Sarah, honey, I think we need to call someone. And just like that, my world shatters. The realization hits me like a truck. Mom isn't coming back. She left me here, alone in a diner booth with half-eaten pancakes and a growing sense of terror. I don't understand. Did I do something wrong? Why would she leave me? The questions swirl in my head as Jenny makes a phone call, her voice low and urgent. I sit there numb as the diner bustles around me. Regular customers come and go, oblivious to the fact that my entire world has just crumbled. It'll be okay, sweetie, Jenny says, but I can see the pity in her eyes. It doesn't feel okay. Nothing feels okay. As I wait for whatever's coming next, I replay every moment of the morning in my head. The shaky hands, the distracted responses, the nervous glances. Were these all signs? Should I have seen this coming? The sound of sirens in the distance snaps me back to reality. This is really happening. Mom is gone, and I'm alone in a diner, about to face a future I never imagined. Little did I know, this was just the beginning of a journey that would shape the rest of my life. A journey of betrayal, resilience, and ultimately justice. The sirens grow louder, and I see flashing lights pull up outside Mel's Diner. My heart is pounding so hard, I think it might burst out of my chest. Sweetie, the police are here. They're going to help us figure this out, okay? Jenny says, her hand on my shoulder. I can only nod, my throat too tight to speak. Two officers walk in, their faces serious. Are you Sarah? One of them asks, kneeling down to my level. Yes. I manage to squeak out. I'm Officer Thompson. We're here to help. Can you tell us what happened? I try to explain, but the words come out all jumbled. Jenny steps in, her voice low. Her mother left her here. There's a note. Officer Thompson's partner talks to Jenny in hushed tones. I catch snippets like child services and emergency placement. Where's my mom? I finally blurt out. Is she coming back? The officers exchange a look that makes my stomach drop. We're going to do everything we can to find her, Sarah. But right now, we need to make sure you're safe and taken care of. A woman in a suit arrives, introducing herself as Miss Carter from Child Protective Services. She talks to me in a gentle voice, explaining that I'll be staying with a foster family for a while. But I want to go home, I protest, tears streaming down my face. I know, sweetie, but we need to make sure you're safe and cared for while we sort this out. The next few hours are a blur. Miss Carter takes me to the Thompsons' house. No relation to Officer Thompson, just a coincidence. They seem nice, but all I want is my mom. Sarah, we're so glad you're here, Mrs. Thompson says, showing me to a small bedroom. I know this is scary, but we'll take good care of you. That night, I cry myself to sleep, clutching the stuffed bear Mrs. Thompson gave me. In the morning, Mr. Thompson makes pancakes, but they taste like cardboard in my mouth. Not hungry, kiddo? He asks gently. I shake my head, pushing the plate away. Days turn into weeks. I start a new school, but the other kids whisper behind my back. That's the girl whose mom didn't want her, I overhear one day at lunch. Shut up, Jake, my friend Emma snaps. She's been my rock through all of this, visiting me at the Thompsons whenever she can. Don't listen to them, Sarah, Emma says, squeezing my hand. They're just dumb. But the words still sting. At night, I have nightmares about being left alone in dark, scary places. One day, Miss Carter visits with news. Sarah, the police found your old apartment empty. Your mom, she took everything and withdrew all the money from your accounts. It feels like being punched in the gut. She's not coming back, is she? I whisper. Miss Carter just shakes her head, her eyes sad. I start seeing a therapist, Dr. Puddle. At first, I don't want to talk, but she's patient. It's okay to be angry, Sarah, she tells me one day. What your mom did wasn't fair. I hate her. I burst out, surprising myself with the venom in my voice. That's a valid feeling, but remember, her actions don't define you. Dr. Patel would often remind me. Slowly, with her help and the support of the Thompsons, Emma, and my neighbor Mrs. Rodriguez, who always brought homemade cookies, I began to heal. It wasn't easy, and some days were harder than others, but I was determined to prove that I wasn't unwanted. One night, as Mrs. Thompson tucked me in, I made a promise to myself. I'm going to build a life so amazing that my mom will regret ever leaving me. And maybe, just maybe, I'll find out why she did it. Little did I know that promise would set me on a path that would change everything. It's been 10 years since that day at Mel's Diner, and now I'm standing behind the counter at the Daily Grind, the cafe where I work part-time. I'm wiping down the espresso machine when I hear the bell above the door jingle. Welcome to the Daily Grind. What can I get for you? I start to say, but then freeze. Standing in front of me is a face I haven't seen in a decade but could never forget. Jenny? Her eyes widen in recognition. Sarah? Oh my God, is that really you? I nod, my throat suddenly tight. Yeah, it's me. Look at you, all grown up. Wow. How are you? We chat for a few minutes, catching up. I tell her about being adopted by the Thompsons, my upcoming scholarship to state. Then Jenny's face turns serious. Sarah, there's something I need to tell you about that day. My heart starts racing. What is it? Your mom, she didn't leave alone. There was a man with her. I remember hearing her call him Tommy. It's like the ground shifts beneath my feet. Tony? Did you tell the police? Jenny nods. I did, but they never found anything. I'm so sorry, Sarah. I've carried this for years, wondering if I should have tried harder to find you, to tell you. I'm reeling from this information. When my shift ends, I practically spring to Emma's dorm room, bursting in without knocking. Well, Sarah, what's wrong? Emma asks, looking up from her computer. I spill everything Jenny told me. Emma listens, her eyes widening. Holy crap, Sarah. What are you going to do? I don't know, but I can't just let this go. I need to find out what happened. Emma spins her chair to face her computer. Well, lucky for you, you've got a best friend who's a whiz at online sleuthing. Let's see what we can dig up on this Tommy guy. For the next few weeks, Emma and I spend every spare moment researching. We create a makeshift investigation board in her dorm room, connecting bits of information with red string, just like in the crime shows. Look at this, Emma says one night, pointing at her screen. I found a bunch of complaints about a guy named Anthony Russo. He's got a history of dating single moms and then disappearing with their money. I lean in, my heart pounding. That has to be him. Emma, what if he manipulated my mom into leaving me? It's possible, Emma says cautiously, but Sarah, are you sure you want to go down this rabbit hole? It could be dangerous. I take a deep breath. I have to know the truth, Em. I've spent 10 years wondering why my mom abandoned me. If there's a chance she was manipulated or in trouble. Emma nods, understanding in her eyes. Okay then, let's do this right. We need a plan. We spend the next few days setting up fake social media accounts, trying to lure Tommy out. It's slow going, but finally, we get a hit. Sarah, look, Emma exclaims. I think I found them. There's a couple running seminars for single moms in Indiana. The guy matches Tommy's description and the woman, Sarah, I think it might be your mom. I stare at the grainy photo on the screen, my heart in my throat. The woman's hair is different, but those eyes, I'd know them anywhere. That's her, I whisper. That's my mom. What do you want to do? Emma asks softly. I straighten up, a plan forming in my mind. We're going to Indiana. And we're going to shut them down. Sarah, are you sure? This could be really dangerous. I look at Emma, determination burning in my chest. I'm sure. They've hurt people, Em. They're still hurting people. I can't let that continue. Emma nods, a slow smile spreading across her face. All right then, road trip to Indiana it is. But first, we need to call in some backup. I raise an eyebrow. Backup. Yeah, Emma says, reaching for her phone. I think it's time we got the police involved, real police, not just two college kids playing detective. As Emma dials, I stare at the photo on the screen. After 10 years, I'm finally going to get some answers, and maybe just maybe, some justice too. My hands are shaking as I walk into the police station with Emma by my side. We're here to meet Detective Martinez, I say to the officer at the desk. Detective Martinez, the officer who worked on my case all those years ago, steps out to greet us. Sarah? Is that really you? It's me, Detective. I have some information about my mother. We sit down, and I lay out everything we've discovered. Detective Martinez's eyes widen as he flips through our evidence. This is impressive work, Sarah. You'd make a hell of a detective. So will you help us? I ask, my voice trembling slightly. Detective Martinez nods. We'll set up a sting. But Sarah, you need to be prepared. This might not end the way you hope. The next few days are a whirlwind of preparation. We create a fake business profile, dangling the promise of easy money. Emma's tech skills come in handy as we set the trap. They've taken the bait, Emma says, showing me her laptop. They're coming to Chicago next week. The day of the sting arrives. I'm sitting in Mel's diner, which feels like a cruel twist of fate. Detective Martinez and his team are scattered around, posing as customers. You okay, kid? Detective Martinez asks quietly. I'm fine, I lie, though my stomach is in knots. The bell above the door jingles, and my heart stops. There they are, Tony and my mother, Lisa. She looks older, worn down, but it's undeniably her. Chicago PD. Freeze! Detective Martinez shouts, standing up. Tony makes a break for it but doesn't get far before he's tackled by an officer. Lisa just stands there, her eyes locked on mine. Sarah, she whispers, her voice breaking. I stand up slowly, my legs feeling like jelly. Hello, Mom. Oh God, Sarah, I'm so sorry. Tommy, he made me do it. I didn't want to leave you, I swear. Her words hit me like a punch to the gut. You didn't want to leave me. You left me as a tip in a diner. Please, Sarah, you have to believe me. Tommy said if I didn't leave you, he'd hurt you. I thought I was protecting you. I shake my head, tears streaming down my face. No, you don't get to play the victim here. You abandoned me. Do you have any idea what that did to me? Lisa reaches out to touch me, but I step back. Sarah, please. I've regretted it every day. Can't you forgive me? I take a deep breath, steadying myself. No, Mom, I can't. What you did was unforgivable. I've built a life without you, and I'm doing just fine. As the officers lead Tommy and Lisa away in handcuffs, I feel a weight lift off my shoulders. It's over, finally, truly over. The story has come to an end, but now I have a question for you. If you were in Sarah's shoes, would you have forgiven your mother? Or do you agree with her decision not to? What would it take for you to forgive such a betrayal? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your perspective could help others wrestling with similar dilemmas. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel.